everyone's got to be here today.
Well, both teams going in with the same mentality after a disastrous day one of stage 2. It's about recovery, or they're going home from Budapest way earlier than they would have liked. The Astralis return for the first time since Antwerp in 2022, a completely different roster. And let's see what they can do. Whether it's elimination at the hands of FlyQuest, we'll have to find out. We kick this one off on Mirage. Let's start the battle with our betting partner, and let's get into this one. FlyQuest, T-side, we'll see what they decide to do with all this utility. They got buckets of it, Jason. Regali and Inns alongside Vexite, and they're heading towards B.
Well, I think we know what that means. I think everyone knows what that means. Smoke up from Magisk early on to see if they'll have the courage to come through it, even with an execute. He's going to play behind with the dualies. All eyes on Magisk. They jump on through. Immediate kill from Vexite, getting out to a good start. Opening kill. Nobody else home, so complete control for FlyQuest, and now a 4v5 retake on the cards.
Yeah, excited to see if Vexite's going to have some good performances today. As you mentioned, #1 player of stage 1. He's off to the races here with a good start. Netiq going to be following up, and it's Stare out of there. So Astralis fall to 3 players. Not looking likely they're going to get any closer to winning this pistol round.
I think if you're FlyQuest and you have your individuals firing and you have yourself finding some opening kills and you maintain some confidence and aggression throughout this, I think you can actually build up to like a snowball critical mass where you just steamroll over Astralis. I think Astralis mentally is going to be a little bit fragile.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think both teams probably feeling the fragility.
I actually have some confidence that FlyQuest isn't going to be as easy to break as Astralis in this. I think the extended issues that Astralis have had putting this lineup together and making them have impact is going to have them right on the edge. For FlyQuest, for them, I feel like this last month has got to be improvement, 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 improvement. One terrifyingly bad day.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, yeah, it's more of a short-term issue, and then for Astralis, it's
for Astralis, the struggles just seem more normal.
like chronic struggles. That's fair enough. Well, this is a great start for Vexite, coming flying through that smoke. Netiq to follow up, and Pistol's done from that point onwards. Just too clean on those entries from FlyQuest. A sense of frustration, I'm sure, for Stare, who's had some great form this season, and feels like wasted good form. It hasn't really been the team around them to support what he's capable of pulling off. It's kind of a poison chalice getting to move to Astralis. For Stare, you get to play for the biggest organization, most accomplished organization in your country, and you end up getting a pretty
well,
weak
you know
team.
what? As Hooksy said, they're 0-2, which is better than 1-1.
Yes, in the sort of copium lands, for sure. Well, they're now 1-0 down. Astralis coming back in with a force buy. They've got weapons to play with, 5.7s, Deagles, and an MP9 for Magisk. FlyQuest want to limit casualties here, build some money, get off to a great start on Mirage. Fun little storyline as well between JKS and Hooksy that Donna was bringing up. We'll see who comes out on top today. As we go under 1 minute on the clock, Stare is waiting patiently for that chair peak.
I think FlyQuest is waiting for any kind of indication that Astralis is has like a trap set up that they want to spring like aggressively, right? Like they're waiting for that flashbang peak or someone to go for information. Not happening, and instead now you start putting yourself at a little bit of a disadvantage as the clock works against you. 37 seconds, so mentality for Astralis, as soon as contact is made, fight, delay, make it as difficult as possible for them to gain space.
28 seconds, such limited time here for FlyQuest. But that A bomb site is completely open, so they've made the right call. They've got through, and really the only damage was possible through that jungle smoke. And yeah, but he did get a bullet off. But the bomb will go down. That'll confirm the round victory. And for Astralis, it'll be a safe call. Might as well save what you've got instead of throwing everything at this, not winning the round, and having nothing to play with in the next. So 2-0 start for FlyQuest.
Yeah, really good utility work from FlyQuest as well, negating all the positions of Astralis. They never even really spotted out the positions. The stack towards short and the B bomb site. Yabi fell back through smoke as well as the only defender towards the A site. So yeah, Astralis get a second crack at it in the next round. And FlyQuest have already done better than both of their first halves yesterday.
Hell yeah. This is what we're talking about. Seeing FlyQuest getting a good start.
Yeah, this is where you latch onto those positives.
Well, over on the A-stream, some exciting action going down with a very different story. It's a 2-0 game, and it's between FaZe and NIP for qualification into Stage 3.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Two of the bigger organizations in Counter-Strike, and I'm excited to see how that game goes down. I think with the way NIP are playing, they could get the win today versus FaZe.
Yeah, very possible. Kaspersky's still having incredible performances as well. He's been huge for NIP. Great to see him popping off. We got to see NIP yesterday. Wrinkle was having some good rounds.
Oh, yeah.
That was lovely. NIP taking down Astralis on Nuke in that opening game of stage 2.
Well, Astralis do have enough to be potent in a round like this thanks to the save. They've got 5-7s and Deagles, and you can play a bit more free. You can rush in and try and take fights. And instead of thinking about that save call in the back of your mind, you've got a bye coming up in the next round regardless. And Stair still looking for that shot off towards the chair and unable to land it towards it. Yeah, he's starting to make his move towards ramp. He's got some utility to come through from Hooksy.
Information play. Sees nothing. Wants to clear out ramp. That's good sound QO passed over to JKS. So Vexite knows what's up as he shifts into position. FlyQuest coming back right to where Astralis just cleared with utility to step into the position now vacated by the defense because they believe it to be clear. So back-to-back rounds, Yabby's going to be alone at this A bomb site on the defense. In's doing a good job of causing distraction, keeping the defense parked, making it as easy as possible for his teammates to just slide into A.
Well, swinging into the fight in the open, it's going to be Vexite to drop Yabby. And 3 players left for Astralis. Not really showing any damage across this. So we've got plenty of money now building up for FlyQuest on this T side, and that's got to feel good.
Oh,
it's
lovely.
Clearing out in middle. Device and Magis both down with no kills at all from Astralis.
Yeah, beautiful round from Inns. Triple kill. He was the presence in middle, keeping them frozen, and sets his team up for an easy round. 3-0. Full buy will come out in the next. Device has got money for the AWP, so he'll get that out early on, but all rifles for FlyQuest right now. And a clean start. 3-0, no hiccups, no real issues, no calamities. We take that.
Yeah, absolutely. FlyQuest feeling a lot better at the moment than they were yesterday.
They're about as rich as you possibly can be at this stage in the game, FlyQuest. They've only lost 1 player in these first 3 rounds. It's only Yabby who has the sole kill of Astralis in 3 rounds of play so far.
So the uphill battle begins. Astralis battling against FlyQuest and their mountain of money. Well, let's see what Astralis can do on the CT side. That Device AWP is out. And he's going for that mid pick. It's going to be heavy again from FlyQuest with numbers towards the B bomb site. Looking to apply pressure to Hooksy early into the game. Sending 2 down into the underpass. Inns and Vexite having a look over here. JKS re-smoking out the connector. And the window. Second phase utility put in place by FlyQuest. Pressure being put on Hooksy. Device has brought the AWP over. He's at the market waiting for that window peek. Stare backtracking, realizing window has been compromised, and Vexite has taken the kill. That has thrown a huge spanner to the works of Astralis.
Yeah, it splits the map in half. Magisk has to work himself through a smoke if he wants to be involved in the defense. Device has to pass the murder hole, aptly named as well. So Magisk still waiting up for one more. Here's the footsteps of Netic. Might be a chance for a free kill, and he's got it. There's the swing from Vexite, but Device handles him, and Hooksy from short adds in, and it doesn't stop. The Astralis defense stand tall and are going to get their first round of the board.
They're all so low. They're all so low here. Oh, JKS has got another one, and there's bullets. There's info. 39 seconds to win this one for Mr. Savage. Bomb is dropped inside of the connector. He's going to try and piece together where the remaining forces of Astralis are. Hooksy doesn't bite, doesn't give him the chance, respects his former teammate. And JKS starting to run out of opportunity now with time continuing to tick on. He has no idea where Yabby is. Oh, he's got the chance now. Confirms the position of Yabby. Utility put in place, but 10 seconds, that's the problem. He can't get to the bomb. He can't bring it to the site. And JKS may make it look stylish in the last couple of seconds here, but Astralis come together. Strong enough effort from the defense to get their first round on the board.
Yeah, I think JKS realized pretty early on that he wasn't going to be winning that round with the time remaining on the clock and having to recover the bomb over in connector, so he wanted to grab a few extra kills to do the damage to the financials of Astralis. A couple extra in the close is going to do good work. Vexite had a nice start with the opening kill. We mentioned we want to see him on top. #1 highest rated player of stage 1 of the Budapest Major. But clamp down Astralis' defense did from there in a 4v5. Round 5, Netic, JKS, and Vexite all up in Palace with the bomb as well. So a fake towards the B bomb site. They're going to try and walk out, but there's 3 defenders here. Magisk and Yabi are pushing a ramp. They will not expect this.
Oh, making noise now. There's the audio cue. Now Astralis know, but the problem is they've already lost the site.
You'll never expect ramp is the problem this early on. You'll never, ever, ever think that they're going to be ramp.
Well, now they know. The music of the M4 from Magisk is a beautiful sound for Astralis as has taken 2 kills. JKS at least fighting back a little bit more. Regali arriving. Yabi still committed. And oh, Yabi comes out on top. Regali gone. And it puts it all on Inns, who gets shut down by Device. And Astralis starting to put together a quite strong defense. They've only lost 1 player in this round, and that's recovering the money. It's
a really cool idea, and it might have worked in a different round, but because Astralis had already kind of been planning, I believe, on pushing A pretty quickly in that round, I mean, when you throw that B fake, you're expecting the players from A to pull back towards CT stairs, expecting them to pull back towards jungle. You don't expect them to push forward into the ramp. And Magisk just has such a strong position, exponentially stronger when he's unexpected.
Once again, FlyQuest with a heavier lean towards B. JKS slowly clearing the apartments. Make sure the kitchen is clear, and unfortunately for JKS, taking a heavy grenade to the back. So he's down to 56 HP, and is the man carrying the only AK-47. FlyQuest not going to be a fan of that.
All right, just quiet in B halls for the moment. JKS wanted the timing, now wants to try and bully his former teammate inside the bomb site, looking towards short. Magisk has been having a very good game, and Device has arrived with the AWP. That's a lovely shot. Can he open up more? No, it's all Hooksy.
Oh, great work from Hooksy. That flick out to the right side, catching out Regali and shutting down the pistols. No problem here. So we were talking about all that money that FlyQuest had a couple of rounds ago. Astralis break it down in this round, and now are starting to build some of their own. This is going to be another round where they've only lost 1 player so far, and that will be all that they lose. So 4 players stay up for Astralis, starting to build up quite a bit of cash for themselves. And now on the CT side, a tie game, 3-3.
Great sequence from Hooksy. If they were able to take him down, that might have opened things up. That's FlyQuest trying to throw a little misdirection at you with the heavy play towards the B bomb site. Very, very aggressive. Going to get some panic calms out of the defender. And you want the 2 players with the Tech 9s kind of waltzing into A and finding an advantage. But didn't get the amount of kills necessary, not enough attention towards the B bomb site. So timeout called, first one. Zalzer wants to get involved in the conversation, talking with the boys. 3-round loss, and I think more than anything for him, it's about maintaining the emotional state of the team and not letting them fall back onto that sense that tomorrow or yesterday is just repeating itself. Great shot, but Hooksy just too strong afterwards. Lovely triple kill on the defense from him inside the bomb site. JKS maybe expected his teammates to be able to clean a few more of those kills up, give him some space to work with at the AK-47.
Well, they're back to the AKs now. FlyQuest take a break in the previous round from having everything available to them. And there's a great kill from Device. So that's Inns, the first victim. Device to claim his life. And he'll fall away. There's one thing talking about FlyQuest getting a good start in terms of pistol round, conversion, follow-up, but once the guns have come out, the Astralis have been rather convincing. You don't want to see FlyQuest disappear like this. Now they've got to play a 4v5 for the majority of the round.
Going to stay far back for the moment, looking for any follow-up plays from Astralis. They've brought 4 defenders over to the A side of the map, so you'd imagine they'd want to be aggressive somewhere. Yabi's starting to flirt with the idea of pushing down the A ramp.
And then you wouldn't have to have your resources committed to A, but if FlyQuest accelerate to the B bomb site, they've got a window of opportunity where it's just Hooksy here.
Yeah, and that con smoke is still up. Astralis, they're heavily gambling that it's the A bomb site, and they're wrong.
Oh, Device helping out. Vexite's gone down at middle. Hooksy this time can't step up with a sequence, so Magis now rotating back in. He's quick on the rotate, but can he find some impact? The rifle is primed and ready. 24 seconds. Could play spoiler here, Magis. That's the bomb down at the bench, and he's still alive. Stairs arrived, and FlyQuest do not make the most of their opportunity of taking Hooksy down. Magis arrives, and he does some great work.
That's a fine shot from Device all the way from the A bomb site. That's the catwalk players who haven't yet turned the corner and actually pushed forward to aggress at B. He's able to pick one of them off, and I think once that kill comes out, FlyQuest a little bit scared. I feel like they must have felt like they didn't have the manpower to fully take over that bomb site. A lot of room for Magisk to work with, finding a foothold out. Smoke broken open, lovely work. But Magisk able to use all that real estate to find a tricky angle back towards bench. Continues his play. Important event for Magisk in this Astralis jersey as he returns to it. Showing the world that he's still got some game left after his stint in Falcons.
Oh, damn. Good shot from Inns, but traded back by Hooksy. Another one from JKS, this time Device. Getting too much of a haircut. And Yabby responds. So not letting any of these D shots, although they're nice, they're not really allowing FlyQuest the round yet.
Actually, look at what it's provided them.
Could get another one, and Hooksy shutting down Vexite at short.
I mean, look at what those two Deagle kills provide them, is the ability to have that danger, challenge the choke points. Regali up in con, he'll eventually go down. You had a player able to peer into the B bomb site, so the chances were there for those Deagles to build more upon the initial two kills. But at the end of the day, the AKs have supremacy.
Oh, Medic onto a sandwich, goes back into the fight, and Yabby to take him out.
5-3.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5-3, but it's 5 rounds in a row from Astralis. It's really stylish now on the CT side, and very worrying for FlyQuest, because they get into this rut that we seen yesterday where your opponent is just racking up rounds against you and you're not disrupting it.
You can't be getting picked off by Device like that too many more times. I mean, you can see the openings from FlyQuest. As soon as they lose a player, it kind of slows everything down as they kind of reconsider exactly how they want to do things. This time they're patient on the cross, letting the smoke break open. Stair's going to push up behind it, another break, and that might be the signal that FlyQuest have some safety, but Stair wants to get aggressive, and Inns is going to shut him down.
Nade down into the underpass. Medic doesn't want to get involved. And that duel, once the fire hits his feet, Hooksy in the meantime is starting to get a little bit hungry for information. So he's pushing out through the apartments and realizing no one's home.
How far does he want to go becomes the question. You'd imagine he'd park himself at this corner until another timing that he's going to decide based off what's happening on the map before he shifts again. Device over on shore with the AWP. Astralis, even in a man disadvantage, they actually have the right setup for this.
Mr. Gawley's kill on Magisk. There's the push out through from Yabby. Great double kill. Vexite and Nedic both going down, and Yabby has just removed the comfort for FlyQuest. They've got to fight back again. It's Inns once more with a multi-kill with the ball is spilled to the ground, and Inns has to do everything, it seems. JKS has now arrived with him, and Hooksy's in the clutch. Slipping through the smoke, trying to get to Con, but Inns is there for the headshot. Fantastic work from Inns to step up for FlyQuest. They needed this round win.
Yeah, it does an excellent job, especially that player just steps right through the smoke and almost turns the round on its head in that fashion. And that would have been a disaster for FlyQuest because everything was looking great for them. Lovely round from Inns. Regali gets his second kill. That's Magisk, whose barrel was just barely showing. Yabby almost brings it right back. Frustration from Hooksy as he felt like that flank was going to have the impact required. As close as you like, 5-4 in the favor of Astralis still.
Oh, big swing out here for Magisk. He's going to take both inside and middle. The one kill from Vexite might be enough to keep FlyQuest within touching distance, but it's the final thrust towards A, and this round's only had 20 seconds of play so far. Look at Astralis realizing it as well, Jason. Look at the rotation arriving.
Yeah, they know exactly what's happening. There's no more, like, the smokes are about to fade. Molotov's flashbangs are just being put up right now. They got to be careful about this up from Device. Just a lazy walkout. Fortunate to be alive as JKS.
Bomb getting put down now, and we've got a 4v3 for Astralis to have to try and retake.
Regali and Netic have to play this together. This is going to be really hard to defend against.
Can they hold on? Regali going to be flashed here by Device, has to turn away, gets back to the angle, but Magisk on the cleanup. He's looking for the ace. He's looking for all 5 kills, and JKS, the only player left. Hooksy will deny his opportunity of the clutch, and that defuse stuck to put Astralis in the lead further at 6-4.
Yeah, I mean, that CT spawn stairs, those are so hard to defend in that kind of a situation where your side has no utility. You don't have any flashbangs to get aggressive, don't have a smoke or a Molotov to make that any different. Astralis, they work it really well. Device backs off with the op, plays it safe, has utility for his teammates. And this time Astralis go for an aggressive mid setup. They take out half of the attack and will address the A bomb site later, and they do a wonderful job. Now a 2-round lead. The plant helping FlyQuest muster together another buy full of rifles of AK-47s.
Well, look at this. FlyQuest just getting into the palace smoke. They're just going to go on it. Yabby tries to get his gun out in time. He will take one. Looked like Yabby might have been able to get away with a multi-kill, but Vexite shuts down any conversation about that. But there's the utility, forcing him into the open. The smoke just lands in front of Device's face as he was about to take a kill here for Astralis. It's still tough here for FlyQuest. They still have not put that bomb down. In fact, the bomb is loose on the ground. They've got to pick it up. And Astralis once again hold the player advantage. And all that util is going to fade.
Device is very exposed in this position. He's going to have to make a decision once that smoke fades, and he just drops down behind Ticket. JKS still hasn't left Palace. He knows he's likely zoned in. Device has tried to keep him pinned down a number of times. Flashbangs to get JKS involved. Lovely. Perfect shot. Pinpoint to the brain of Hooksy. And now dropping in the spam. Device is under scrutiny.
Yeah, Regali, a great shot. Device is gone. FlyQuest have fought hard to get back into this round. Magisk has had some great multi-kills so far, but we need to clean up too on the retake. And that just doesn't look like it's going to be happening here. FlyQuest not giving him an opportunity, not making a mistake into the crosshair of Magisk.
I love that composure out of FlyQuest in the 2-on-3. Could have been very easy to try and force the issue to just go for a fight, but they stay patient, set each other up with utility. And JKS rewards Regali for his flashbang with a nice headshot. Magisk's going to go for some exits, knowing the economic situation of FlyQuest can't be pretty, but he's in the wrong area. FlyQuest going to evacuate through jungle, through CT spawn, and it's all good. 6-5 going into the last round, just barely favoring Astralis. And a timeout called from Astralis. Their first that they've used in this half. They just want to end it on a high note. Still have the op and Device, still have plenty of utility. Everyone's got rifles, plenty of kits across the board. Same for FlyQuest. They're going to have everything they need into this last round. One player drops to a Galil, but not the biggest issue in the world. A 5-round run in the middle of the half for Astralis put them in the lead, but FlyQuest have been chipping away from it ever since, winning 2 of the last 3. This final round would even things up as we go into the halftime break and switch sides.
Early skirmish of utility in middle. And look at Stair getting aggressive, walking his way up towards top mid. Gets caught by a flash and unleashes some bullets and doesn't feel comfortable to stick around. We have seen FlyQuest challenge that B-bomb site a number of times in the early game. Looking to try and finish the half here. Hooksy is on his own.
Got a good chance at it, yeah. Hooksy on his own. The next backup is going to be Magisk over towards short. And Device will rotate through market with the AWP, but if they can get in and deliver the kills very quickly and efficiently, Device won't have time to get back because actually he's now aggressing towards A ramp. So Astralis executing this aggression on the other side of the map is maybe the worst thing they could be doing right now. It's taken more players away from this defense at the B bomb site. As long as Hooksy isn't too much of a nuisance on this execute, FlyQuest might be able to knock themselves in.
Puts more pressure on Hooksy to perform and punish. And that is exactly what Hooksy has done. He's now got Magisk with him as well. JKS making a lurk. He's down below and gets underneath Stair. 35 seconds left as Hooksy collects his third kill off the round. It will be no chance here for FlyQuest. JKS will do what he can. It's the last round of the half. But Hooksy inflicts hurt and damage in the final round here. It's Astralis with a 7-5 lead despite being 3-0 down to kick things off. We'll see if they can continue this and close out Mirage.
We should go back mid.
Okay, come back mid then. We'll do
yeah,
this.
I'll come back. He's going to be opening CT, then they're going to be 3A.
So you want to block? You want to CP?
I can
Yeah, we're going to base split.
yeah.
I'll come back.
Open A, open A. Rook is
Nice,
dead.
nice.
Kev out,
Magisk.
Empty,
Door
empty.
out, door out.
I'm swinging right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Right back.
One
Come.
jungle, guys.
Mid side, mid side.
Yeah. Nice try.
That was FlyQuest struggling to contain. Magisk coming back in for a B-bomb site retake. One of the really painful rounds FlyQuest had early on that stopped the run before it could begin.
Well, let's get this second half started. We'll be joined by our betting partner, and let's get into this one. We've got Astralis 7-5 in the lead. The Danes, let's see if that's enough for them to close out Mirage. FlyQuest, they got the pistol, they got the first 3 rounds of the first half. Wasn't enough to make a very convincing half out of it, Jason, but they really need to get going early here on the CT side, and it's a good start for Device. Astralis have the first kill of the round.
Regali gets one right back. Him and JKS need to hold on as long as possible. He steps forward. JKS now alone, needs some precise shots. It's Device to get that in return. Instantaneous. And now a 3-on-2. Retake is going to come from Ticket.
Yeah, that bomb thinking about going down now for Astralis, at least confirming a force buy in the next round, but they want everything. At 3v2, they've got to feel good about this post plant. Device taking the first fights down towards CT. He's got the information of Excite's push, and he's dealt with him. Knows the second player's there as well. There should be absolutely no way in which Fnatic even gets close to winning this round. There's a kit down in front of him if it somehow does come to that scenario. And it would take some stellar shooting, and Astralis not going to allow that to happen.
Some fine shooting from Device in this round. Great work from him. That USP just so perfect. Headshots immediately taking out players. Vexite on the retake could get nothing done with dualies. JKS falls. Not enough production. JKS and Regali kind of playing together from Ticket and Jaguar, or I mean, excuse me, and Jungle. It's mixing my J's up. Not able to actually put a stop to anything and work together to slow down that attack. So the plant comes in and, okay, some frustration reappearing now. Astralis, everything to cheer for. 8-5, a 3-round lead and an advantage. If they can convert this against MP9s and pistols, they'll be sitting in a very nice position.
There's FlyQuest map pick as well. Up next is Overpass. you know, outside of those first 3 rounds, Jason, you know, scoreline 8-5 doesn't look like the worst, but, you know, outside of those first 3 picked up from FlyQuest, it's been 2 rounds from FlyQuest. This has been extremely one-sided from Astralis or Mirage long. It's disappointing to see FlyQuest in this condition.
Well, inflicting a little bit of damage and a little bit of pain here. Double Molotov behind the smoke on short. Smokes and Con and Window are about to fade. Mac-10 gets 1. Stair finds JKS. 1 more off to the right. He's handled by Device. And Con access to the A bomb site is there. Stair hears the footsteps of Vexite. He's going to beat him along the wall. Mac-10 surely going to handle this deagle, but out of bullets. Traded off, and it's all good. Netic doesn't have the HP to go for this. 9 health as he wraps around.
And a nice easy cleanup there from Yabby and behind in the 1v2, or 2v1 rather. And it's 9-5 now for Astralis. A map like this is going to take some of that pressure off. I think you can be 1 map up in this survival game. Especially taking your opponent's map pick, going to Overpass as yours.
Yeah, snatching that away is going to be huge. And I think Hooksy, he's always been very vocal about his love for Overpass. In fact, I think speaking to him recently, or just soon after he had joined Astralis in the first place, he was expressing some excitement at Overpass being in the pool and being willing to go towards that map. So I'm interested to see what they're going to bring to bear on it. Maybe 12B executes. Seems to be a winning recipe.
Yo, that was something, Jason. But, you know, I'm fine with that just being James' team. You know, if that wants to be
James have
his
that
thing,
one?
yeah. I'd rather everyone else try something different.
Okay.
It's like having fast food every day.
Yeah, you don't need fast food every day unless it's Taco Bell.
Yeah. What's your go-to again?
Cheese gordita crunch.
There we go. Taco Bell is coming to Europe, Jason.
I know, we're taking
get one
over.
here.
I'm so excited for it. Utility out towards window. FlyQuest going to make their first move. Or excuse me, Astralis going to make their first move. Smoking Con, smoking window, giving Hooksy access to short. Stair and Device access towards connector. Utility damage isn't the worst thing in the world. They're going to be fine shrugging it off, knowing they have just the USPs to contend with. Pressuring both bomb sites. Not letting Astralis know where they were. Not letting FlyQuest know where they want to finish. I'm still in the first half of my brain. Hooksy challenging with the Mac-10 moving in. He's going to go down. They'll just pick up the pace towards the A site.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Good shot from Magisk. Now we're down to just a couple of pistols here for FlyQuest. Of course, should have no issue, and I say that Device is also fallen. That's the bomb. They've got to put Magisk in, who goes down to Regali, and suddenly it's a 1v2. Regali could win this on the deagle. 10 seconds on the clock. Okay, finally Stair puts an end to the madness, but that really got way too close.
Yeah, it really did. That bomb dropping and falling towards the ticket boxes almost ruined everything for Astralis in that round. So they keep them honest. They take a bunch of weapons away, force a lot of rebuys out of the Astralis side. I think that's a second timeout called by FlyQuest. I mean, they have to know this first gun round is so critical if they want to try and claw themselves back into this map. Down by 5. You get the AWP out on Regali. M4s on the other players. You have utility and kit, so this is your best chance to get started. After this, you're in desperate force buy territory. This first gun round can keep some kind of a buffer for you to make decisions, to give you different options in future rounds, but you have to win it to keep Astralis away from 12 rounds for as long as humanly possible.
It's got to start happening right now. And Device, look at the spawn he's got as well. He's going to be loving that as an AWPer. He can take that to middle or to B. He's going to go for that B pick here. Device sprinting his way to try and catch Netic. Oh, Netic. Let's see if he goes down here. Device getting himself into the corner. And Netic not putting himself in harm's way. Device unable to capitalize on the chance. Not that there was much of a chance there.
Yeah, it's a tough shot. We'll give him a pass. All right, so standard setup, 3 at the A bomb site. Netic shifting over towards window room. Regali's going to be left to his own devices with that AWP at the B bomb site. Magisk position to keep information at A. He's just lurking outside of A ramp. Hooksy, Device, Stair in middle. Yabby doing his own thing in the B halls, making sure nobody's pushing and getting aggressive. So at the moment, just a default round as both teams test each other's mid defense and attack. And as Hooksy gains control of ladder room behind the utility, Astralis is going to use him as the pivot point. Magis comes back. Device falls away from middle. They're going to line up in the B halls. 42 seconds on the clock. Hooksy has a lot of freedom if he wants to cut off rotations or try and help challenge up short, but it all depends on what his teammates can get done.
There's a good shot from Regali. That's going to be Yabby hitting the deck. Regali looking for a second victim at short this time, but his Device chiming in with the Astralis AWP. And Regali's under a lot of pressure now. The fire at his feet. 20 seconds on the clock as Stare burns right through the FlyQuest defense. They have no other option but to save. And that's Astralis up to 11-5.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, you saw in the first half as well, when FlyQuest attacked into the B bomb site, that secondary defender was Magis coming from short to turn around and help out. There's no ability for that. That's why Astralis has so much priority on Hooksy's position in ladder room. They know there's not that short defender, and nobody else is home to help Regali with that op. Unwieldy as they start to take over and infest the bomb site. No support to slow things down, so Astralis get a lot of freedom descending into the bomb site. Lovely double from Stare. And a horrible turn of events for FlyQuest as they needed this first gun round to be a victory on their CT side. Money is a problem. And if you're FlyQuest, I mean, you might want to take another timeout and talk this over, because you can drop 2 weapons over. 2 M4s survive. Both those players can drop M4s. You can have another 4 rifle buy. 5th player can get whatever he wants to get you enough utility out in play.
Well, they do have a decent enough buy here, FlyQuest. But with these kind of performances, they might just be saying goodbye here in Budapest. Astralis looking to reach map point on FlyQuest map pick. You've got Vexite aggressive up behind the smoke at short. JKS help behind the smoke in the window. And Vexite's not slowing down. He stays committed to this attack. Eventually, he will walk into Hooksy.
There's a timing on this, though, right? There's like they got to be a little bit careful. Vexite does have Inns watching his back, but if Inns goes down, JKS is now there as well. Setup can be very strong, but if one player falls, the rest of it likely to crumble. Now Vexite gets aggressive, but Device peeks into the angle first.
Yeah, Yabby's up next. There's the back. Oh, he's got both. Oh, no, no, no. FlyQuest ripped apart. Aggressive Palace play. Magis pulls the Molotov. At least some mercy here for Regali, but he's got to get back and do something special. And he's not too far off, ripping another head off the top of the stairs, but you needed everything to go Regali's way there, and Astralis are going to be reaching map point.
Yeah, another round you'd see Regali push in towards Palace, use it as safety and be just a really strong, annoying piece to hold back the attack, but he had to do more. And essentially a 1 versus 5 at that 8 bomb site, he needed about 3 kills and steps up to give it a good attempt. Just way too difficult.
Device with the AWP, close quarter combat comes out on top. It is Astralis 12-5 up. Remember, 3 early rounds for FlyQuest. Outside of that, they had 2 sporadic round victories in the first half. Astralis have won every single round in the second half on the T side.
It's the old guard doing it as well for Astralis. Device with 14 kills, Magisk with 15 kills. Magisk was instrumental in the first half in a couple B bomb site defenses. Now this T side is really starting to cook for Astralis. And more frustration from JKS, almost resigned to their fate on Mirage. A 7-round deficit and 7 chances for Astralis to take this opening map in the elimination series.
Yeah, FlyQuest have won 14 rounds across 3 games in stage 2. It has been disastrous from FlyQuest to kick off the second stage of the major.
Yabby spotted the push as well, so just making sure there's not going to be any more progression. Device starting to feel confident to peek into the bomb site with the op. Oh, great flick.
Oh, yes, another opening kill from Device, continuing his solid performance here in Mirage. 15 kills, 8 deaths. Got Astralis on board going through connector. Hooksy's going to lose his life to Inns.
Yeah, good timing on the swing from Inns. The smoke had been broken open, but just came back in and closed up. Missed shot from Regali's AWP inside the bomb site, but he's hunting down this kills. He wants to be active. He knows he's got one locked in. Magis, eyes on the prize. He's got inside the bomb site, knows where Inns is. And Molotov should hold him at bay.
And Stare's going to get rid of him, no problem. Remember, there is a ramp push here from Vexite. He's the only player that can do anything here. Netic still at short. They're going to give this a go, but even the flanker is getting flanked now by Yabby. So Vexite's got to move quick here and find some impact. But even then, the insurance policy, ooh, okay. Vexite turns around, the Magis takes the next peek, and it's all on Netic. 1 versus 3. It is going to be Astralis taking the first map of this series. They are fighting for survival here in Budapest. They do not want their return to the majors to result in a 0-3. And against FlyQuest, it is looking comfortable. Netic to go down. FlyQuest, their woes continue into a second day here at Stage 2. It's their map pick, and it's gone the other way.
Yeah, that's another really flat performance, and that's kind of the question I posed before this series began was, at the end of this series, we're going to have to decide, was yesterday a hiccup? Was yesterday exactly what was supposed to happen? Regardless, headed off to a break. FlyQuest is going to have to recover between the maps, and we'll see what happens on Overpass.
Most of the fights on the AWP, but it was the rifle that was just finding so much success hitting that B bomb site. And I think we're seeing Overpass play differently, and I think that's an interesting conversation to have because Device obviously was a fantastic all-pro on this map in CSGO, but that was with a different style of play. Now we feel like CS2 has changed up how Overpass is played out.
Oh, sure. And I mean, it'll be, I'm interested to see. Again, it's like I think the Operas felt like they didn't really have an impact in that previous Paravision game just because, in Aurora game, just because so much emphasis towards the B bomb site. The Opera's presence is usually going to be out towards A, out towards long early on, jump spotting inside the bomb site, in bathrooms at the different angles. Either way, we got to get this underway, and all our questions are going to be answered. 0-0. FlyQuest starting on the CT side, Astralis attacking into them.
Kicking this one off with our betting partner, and we get into the action. FlyQuest on the CT side, Astralis on the T side, and they're not slowing down. They're coming at JKS in the bathrooms. He's going to drop some utility, and Astralis actually elect to slow down.
Yeah, happy to burn the utility. Early smoke forced out from the CT side, so Astralis can just go quiet on the map. And with that kind of piece of aggression, you know the defense is far back. They're not going to have information of either you disappear or you're just still maintaining position outside of A to set up a late round execute. So FlyQuest going to be playing blind for a couple seconds. Sound cue is probably given over to JKS, so they're blind, but they can still hear.
It's like the basilisk
Like
in
Bird
the
Box.
second Harry Potter.
That too?
The Chamber of Secrets. Yabby in the bathrooms, knocking over some chamber pots. He's looking to be quite aggressive here with the Glock. And now Device swings. It's a great kill. Regali with a double, and we've got Starin Hooksy answering. It's now a 3v2 with Astralis still ahead on the player count. In's looking to change that for the back of the dice box, and oh, it's rolled in his favor. Let's see if he's able to get a couple more critical hits, and in fact, it will be one. The site taken by Hooksy. It's a tap and a cancel from Netic. He's like, nope, I am falling for that one. Hooksy goes back in behind the smoke, and will bank on his chances in the changed up position.
No armor on Hooksy, so he's got to find himself in some safety in bathrooms.
Back it away. There's the fight. Now spotted. Hooksy doesn't get all the way back to the bathroom, so instead plays in the air conditioning unit. Conditions him with the peek, and there's the shot from Hooksy. There's the round for Astralis. They get a good start here on Overpass.
Yep, just what you needed. And if you're FlyQuest, you really would have wanted that hot start just to get something positive going in the early stages after that loss on Mirage. You would have liked to have just been able to go through these first 3 rounds, get them on the board, get them out of the way, and get into the gun rounds. But now you got to fight back with just pistols in the second round. Lovely shooting from Inns, but a better clutch from Hooksy.
Not quite the Carrigan ambulance.
I mean, it's a good.
More like a bicycle horn.
He's shouting out at Netic as he wins the 1v1 against him, who had a really quiet first map, 6 and 15, and now we've got a B rush out of the Astralis side. They're not messing around.
It's real fast, isn't it? Magisk already up through, cutting down, and Yabby on the follow-up. It is very hurtful to FlyQuest defense.
Oh my lord, it's clean as well. A devastating round. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like it. It's only round number 2, but when you get cleaned out that quickly without any kind of resistance, without any ability to slow them down, feels terrible.
Yeah, it does.
So just a mounting, sinking feeling of depression for FlyQuest.
Now you don't even have those first 3 rounds that you had in Mirage.
What the?
Hooksy.
What just happened there?
ADC. Did he crash?
Did he, or did he just die? I think he just died. Did he run into a Molotov? Did he misthrow a HE grenade?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, what's he done?
Well, this is like a multiple choice question. It's a quiz. We're going to all find out. Not going. Oh, game crash. Okay, the least exciting one, Jason.
Game crash. Yeah,
I was right, though.
You were correct.
I'll take that one.
It did make the most sense in the situation.
But I liked where you were going. I thought it was more interesting.
Well, because his name didn't disappear from the HUD, you know? I thought, you know. Oh, yeah, maybe it did. Nope, see ya.
Well,
as it disappears from the HUD.
Well, yeah, he's talking with the referee.
I got a nice little
out.
giggle. Hooksy's having fun with it.
Now we get to see FlyQuest take another eco. That was some investment thrown in there, but let's see what happens for FlyQuest once the guns come out, when they're going to start posting some defense on the CT side.
Or are they going to start posting some defense on the CT side?
That's what we're waiting on.
That's still yet to be determined. I feel like in this stage too, I mean, obviously we haven't seen FlyQuest play a complete game of Counter-Strike just yet. In that 13-1 win over Fluxo during stage 1 of the major, it was the CT side for FlyQuest that did the work. 11-1 scoreline. No chance at that now. So we're going to get Hooksy backs in the server and get things reset and underway yet again into round 3. But already the CT side facing a situation. They're going to have no pistols into this next round. A chance for Astralis to build up that scoreboard, and then the guns come out. And you do want to see something from Netic. That's one of the players that I point out. He's one of like the main reasons why it feels like this FlyQuest, like even before Ozza joined the team as coach behind him, Netic was kind of a revelation seeing him at some events, just the skill he possesses, his ability to go find kills, his ability to multi-kill. That's been muted here in this series so far.
Mm-hmm. They've definitely been muted, and they can't find the remote. This is very rough from FlyQuest. Astralis, though, Hooksy's back on the server. He's going to be playing with a MAC-10. We'll see a scout for Regali. Everybody else going to be on pistols. And we'll see if he can get a few tags. They're going to be stacking down towards that B-bomb site.
Okay, good tag. Don't want to take too many of those. Yabi's going to be much more passive now with 30 HP. Those USP's going to go attack him. Flashbang coming over, doesn't see it coming. He jumps up now, huddles down, gets one. Oh my lord.
All right, Yabi.
Exceptional work from Yabi with low HP.
Yeah, going to be happy about that kind of performance. Just handling some of the pressure. You know, Hooksy can move forward. Some money to be made in this MAC-10. They're in the back of the dice box. Great kill, and then Regali answering one of his own. He'll go back again, but Stara's waiting. And through that smoke, will take him down with a Galil, followed up by Device.
Okay, now we get to go into the gun rounds for this FlyQuest defense that I mentioned was so good against Fluxo. For them to challenge here in the guns against Astralis, you're going to have JKS being that rifler over at the 8 bomb site, liking to get aggressive every once in a while. Working with him is going to be Regali with the AWP more often. Vexite is P short. Netic going to be playing out towards Monster. He'll be the defense of any of those fast rushes or those poppy plays. And Inns will be the rotating supportive element to both of the bomb sites. 4-1 start on the defense for FlyQuest. Netic alone. 4 Molotovs thrown down, plenty of smokes at the moment. Magisk is going to take control, but misses the timing. Good peek from JKS. Quick kill. Allows him to reposition.
Connector door swings wide open as Astralis take it from both sides. Regali coming to address the problem.
Yeah, but this is cool. Because JKS has gone aggressive, Regali can take a really deep angle.
Oh, JKS is going to hear that ladder. You can see him communicating. Device is not going to walk towards JKS, and JKS will hear that, can communicate all the information that they're currently walking towards that B bomb site. FlyQuest have all the info. Can they step up with a defensive hold?
Device has the bomb, so if he stays back for way too long, JKS is going to grab another for free. Meanwhile, Regali and Vexite make this an easy round.
This is a well-played round from FlyQuest. Great to see it. They walk in. The only way they lose is if Hooksy got the line up there, and he only gets the 1 kill. So Device, just the one. The spacing's good. Inns shuts him down in the response, and FlyQuest can be happy about that round from the CT
Astralis
side.
also never caught wind of JKS's piece of aggression, right? He got the kill, but they never spotted him push up any further. So that might be something JKS can return to if he senses the opportunity in these next few rounds. Good job on the boost. Good job from Regali with his position. Able to hop down the stairs with some quickness. And FlyQuest is on the board, and they do it relatively clean.
JKS is going aggressive again, but this time spotted by the boost. Realizes there's 2 players there, can't get involved in that, and so sends a grenade over to try and damage them up. But look at this play from Yabi. Going out through Monster into the B bomb site. Netic hasn't spotted it.
He's dead.
Oh, he's so dead. Yabi's got the kill. That opens up B entirely, and now panic stations for FlyQuest.
Oh, they just can't believe. Maybe Astralis did a little bit of looking into the way they play these these bomb sites installed at Netic every once in a while in that passive setup. There's a detail that you can slide in, a gap you can exploit, and that's just way too easy, and you can't go for this if you're FlyQuest. Everyone's still spread across the map, a full-blown save, immediate call, and Yabby wins Astralis a free round with a single kill. I mean, it goes without saying, you can't be giving up freebies like this in your elimination map.
No, especially with the way you've been playing in stage 2, where you're barely winning any rounds.
Yeah, nothing can be easy for Astralis, and that's way, way too easy. Netic will be a little bit frustrated, but next round, JKS can drop him in M4. There'll be another full buy in the field, and FlyQuest can just try again. Little giggle shared between Hooksy and Yabby. Might be a little tidbit that Hooksy passed over to him, like, hey man, look at the way Netic's playing this. Maybe you should pick a round and really try for it, really just kind of go for this crouch play. Might be just a shared joke that they were able to make that work. 3-round lead.
Device, look how fast he is into connector. He's looking for that jump spot. We got to see one of those earlier this season. Shooting from Device, and he goes again. Hunting down into, gives away his position with a spam. Now Yabby going for it again. And the second time, not so successful pushing through B, but a lot of damage done, and then finished off by Hooksy's Molotov. So Astralis a 4v3 in the first couple of seconds of the round.
Yeah, I think Astralis is going to be so pleased with what Yabby just produced from there. Yeah, didn't get the kill, but the kill comes later on due to the Molotov. So you combine that with Devices, and Astralis have a one-man advantage. Hooksy will take that to the bank every single day. 4-on-3 with over a minute to play with. Stair going to control the middle of the map, making sure none of the B defenders get aggressive and push through blue door towards the stairs. Going to make sure that Astralis have all the time in the world to execute this walk out towards long. With a deep clear through Monster, FlyQuest is going to start taking the gamble. 2 players shifting over to the A bomb site. JKS going to play close to bathrooms. Smoke is probably going to be okay for Astralis. I think they're going to be pretty happy about that one. And they're definitely going to be pleased with that.
Yeah, that's Vexite completely wrecked. And now we have Magisk. Oh, the timing. Here he is arriving on the screen. Regali still able to react, get that kill. Can he get another one? Regali jumping, spotted. 20 seconds, moves forward, utility down in front of him, smoke in the face.
They don't have bathrooms clear. JKS is there.
You have JKS, another piece of impact from a flanking Regali going through the start of the smoke. Now hunting down his second victim, 9 seconds left. Hooksy inside the smoke, committing to the plant, denied by Regali. Great hold with a 3K on the AWP and a sigh of relief as he finds himself the impact.
That kill from Stair, like sells him a dream. I think Regali doesn't even shift. And actually, I think it's just because JKS and Regali say, well, if they go to B bomb site off this kill, we can't win regardless, so there's no point in rotating. And what a weird round to end up going in the favor of FlyQuest. Man down, Device gets a kill through the wall, but in all the chaos at this A bomb site, the aggression from JKS pays off and Regali nails some good shots. All right, guys, you did it 3 rounds in a row. At some point, FlyQuest is going to figure it out.
I think that's the last time we'll see that.
Yeah, at least for some time. They might come back to it a little bit later to try and catch him off guard maybe one more time. But Yabby really trying to kind of sell this idea that they're never safe of him stepping through Monster.
Well, they handle business this time, FlyQuest. They've got the opening. Regali hanging around, hoping the bathrooms will be a successful position here for the AWP of FlyQuest. Here in the utility coming towards him. Regali burned forward. Can Regali step up when put under pressure? Here they come. Device going to challenge into him. Regali just got off the angle in time. Magisk about to step forward. Netic continuing to frag here for FlyQuest. It's now 5v3. They need this kill, in fact, in the bathrooms. Device can't afford to go down. Oh, Regali gets caught by the flash. Device hunts him down with a pistol. And the AWP's not connecting, but the sidearm will.
And now the AWP can actually go into supportive mode. Device just going to watch for this swing on the left side of dice boxes from his perspective. Stair walks in, not looking. There's one behind him. Now it's an easy kill. Good job from Stair and Device.
Yeah, well worked. It was tense there for a moment. Could have went either way, but Device is starting to show up now. Then AWP chiming in a couple of shots, and we've got JKS 1v3.
And you know he's the A defender. You're always going to look towards long.
And everybody is. He's eyes on him already. Needs a kill quickly. Magisk will deny. And Astralis can be happy about that successful turnaround.
All right, yeah, Device is off, continuing its form from Mirage, where it was very impactful, to now having some good shots in swing positions.
And we got to bring it up. I mean, that is what we were talking about coming into this game, right? Was Device's AWP has been missing. We're talking about his low rating from day one, and he is showing up and delivering in this elimination match. Stare as well, always consistent, doing well again.
HooXi's putting together a really, really good T side.
Yeah, happy about this one for
and
sure.
He's just eviscerated the economy. You have a Soul M4 on Regali and MP9 on JKS. USPs on the other three players, the default B defenders. FlyQuest unable to string rounds together as well, so really just having a tough time getting a foothold in this map. HooXi looks like he's ready to flash long for the boys. Regali playing behind the rock. Depending on the timing of this flashbang, it could be all over. He's going to swing. He's going to swing, and they're not ready. Double kill, nice and easy. Device trades it off, but that's heavy damage done.
Swinging out from behind the rock, no problem there for Regali. Puts them in a cage with a double. And Device just setting all these weapons over the fence. He's like, all right, no one's getting your hands on those.
I like that he settled on the AK-47 at the end, though. He realizes the op, there's no room in this 3 versus 4 for him to be a passive player. He's going to have to play with the pack and actually help them open up the bomb sites as well. Shifting back quickly to the B site, Stare over towards the blue door. He'll be attacking and maintaining presence over towards short with utility. Other two players, Yabi and Device, will slide in through Monster.
Nade. Right over towards Yabi's attack. He's got Device with him. Yep, such limited time. Got to make this one effective. This is where the pistols have a shot. Even though their default weapons is just the chaos and the amount of positions you've got to clear with such limited time, they've got to get the bomb back. Here's JKS. His chance, the only chance to try and deny. That's the bomb. And now they need the kill and run away. Ints, get away from this. Astralis, it is a disastrous round. How has that gone the way of FlyQuest?
All Regali, and obviously the mistake. 2 players out towards long, preparing to swing for the fight, just playing with nades out, knife out, not ready for any kind of a fight. Focus slipped for just a second, and Regali made you pay. And yeah, makes sense you'd call a timeout after that one to make sure tempers don't flare up, frustrations don't start setting in.
I think almost confused that they had such limited time that they were like, oh, there's no time. They actually have no time to win the round because the bomb is running down trying to fight.
It's when you throw your utility and you throw the nades behind Toxic Barrel and nobody peeks off of that. That's where you expect kind of the defense to try and pounce as you're sort of running out of the choke point and you're in the open. And the fact they didn't get any of those fights, I think that's where the realization sets in. That's like, oh, 20 seconds, we actually have to go hunt this down. And never saw that final player, JKS, behind the bomb site. Great work with the MP9 to help save the day, but these are the 2 kills that set it all up. Always frustrating losing a round like that to the USPs. HooXi head in hand, but right back into the buy. Now they have money issues. 2 AK-47s, 3 Tech 9s. Yabi's going to trade out the Tech 9 so he can be the entry man.
Nedic in behind the barrels. Here goes Yabi over the top, fighting with his Tech 9. It's going to be Ints to come out on top of that fight. Nedic to hold on, and Astralis do not break through this B bomb site defense. They need some of these kills to quickly go their way, and HooXi just can't do it on his rifle, so it's Device. He's sole man with an AK left, bomb in the possession of FlyQuest and 5 targets. Device trying to cut them down and at least force a few rebuys.
Yeah, any economic damage he can do here would be spectacular, but he's bugging out and going home already. 55 seconds on the clock for him to decide if he wants to save or go for a few more kills. This has to be the moment right now. Now that FlyQuest has won the low buy eco, they've handled this round as well. They've won against the force buy. Actually, nothing really that Astralis can do. That's a rather weak hit. But this has to be the moment that FlyQuest finally show up here in stage 2. You have to grab these 2 rounds you've won in a row. You have to grab this economic advantage you've just created for yourself, and you need to gain the lead in this game. Give the boys something to cheer for, something to get hyped up about. And get a lead going into the second half. Device gonna park himself over in short and let the round come to a close. 5-4 in the favor of Astralis still, but that lead is going to disappear. Should be up against mostly Glocks in this next round.
Counter-terrorists win.
Some conversation now coming out between the teams. Device being very vocal in this freeze time. He's got the AK-47. He gets to call his shot exactly where he wants to go, where he thinks he can find the opening kill. So let's see some Device AK work.
It's got to feel great for FlyQuest to actually be in the game. The first time in 2 days. Getting to play some of these gun rounds. Recall he's having a great game here, 10-4. He's had a number of moments that have been impactful. It's Feck sight boosted up. He's about to catch the rifle of Device, just trying to play around that smoke, and it's great timing for FlyQuest. They deal with the only threat Astralis had in this round. It is going to be tied up 5-5.
Yeah, JKS got a little action coming his way, just a heat check.
How many rounds are we looking at here for Astralis to feel comfortable leaving this first half? Have they already got them?
Yeah, I think you've already got the amount of rounds that you're going to be okay with. Obviously, you never want to end the half on like a 4 or 5-0 streak.
Sure.
You know, like that's the bigger thing more than anything is not the number of rounds. It's you get overall. It's the number of rounds that your opposition has won in a row to close out the half. So even if you get 5 pretty quickly and then lose, 6 of the next set, like it's just going to be it sucks. So they're already at a happy place, but they want the cherry on top, you know.
Let's see if they can go and get that cherry. FlyQuest leaving some utility back in spawn. Device had an AK in the last round. Now he has only a Deagle. And Regali getting set up here. That smoke will cut off his vision and protect the Astralis players as they move forward. And then the smoke's gone. So Stair gets caught. Great opening kill here from Regali. Good team play from FlyQuest to set him up.
Yeah, Molodor's pretty much ruined the life of every single T player who plays that position on Overpass.
Yeah.
And JKS going to build on top of it. They think it's going to be that deep ball boosted up, and JKS just gets some aggression after the kill. Lovely work. Regali misses his chance at adding another tally onto his board. But he'll maintain some aggression as well.
There's a great shot from Regali. Reacting well. Timing for JKS. Device still can't capitalize on the player not looking at him. A little bit too early on the shooting and just a little bit panicky. That's resulted in FlyQuest taking the lead of the game.
Yeah, Nico's hoping somebody clips that for him.
It's like, see? Happens to Device
yeah,
too.
It happens to him too. Everyone freak out. Yavi's the last one remaining. 1 versus 5 and nothing to do. Only a Galil in hand. So FlyQuest, well, they are starting to string them together. 4 in a row now, going into the last round of the half, and that's what I just mentioned is kind of the pain point. If you're Astralis, yeah, 5 you're going to be pleased with, but leaving the half on a 5 or on a 0-5 streak is not a great feeling, and they don't have really a whole lot of money to buy rifles in this next round. It'll be mostly Tech 9, so FlyQuest, despite a slow start on this, have rebounded, bounced back, and now find themselves in a position where they can grab an advantage into the second half.
Yeah, also, I think when you're looking at the fact that the differences between Mirage and Overpass here is Magisk just hasn't been able to keep up that performance he had over in Mirage. He's currently sitting on 2 kills, so he's going to be a little bit frustrated in his dip in form here.
He has a rough position on T side to find any kind of volume of frag, so maybe CT side we see him step it up.
That's where he was doing a lot of the heavy lifting on Mirage.
Yeah,
so
over at that B-bomb site.
Let's see how it goes. So Regali getting aggressive down long. He's had a great half of Counter-Strike, 12-4. Let's see if he can extend upon that in the last round of the half.
Okay, well, is he able to catch anyone off here? Swinging around the slide. Plenty of Astralis bodies coming in this direction. But they're going to step in front of the walls and path around the fountain and actually largely ignore long entirely. But Regali swinging a little bit wider. He's going to open up, missed shot.
Regali still going. You can see how confident he is, but you don't want to be split on as the bathrooms have been overwhelmed, and Regali getting fought on 2 sides. Has to 180, turn back to deal with the playground, and then they obliterate him with utility. So it could get a little hairy now for FlyQuest. Nice shot from JKS. Finally dead at the hand of Magisk, who gets his 3rd kill of the half so far. It is Yabby and Magisk trying to pull back a 2v4.
Yeah, but FlyQuest love this because all these fights and all these kills are being traded way, way far away from the bomb site. So still no access to the site and plenty of time for FlyQuest to understand what's coming at them.
Hey man, based on that game in Bucharest, where Magisk got a little bit of an open performance. If I was Yabby, I'd toss that over right now.
That's a fair point.
Yabby deciding to go with the Deagle to clear out the bathrooms here.
Well, Enz and Vexite pushed up at Divider. Teammate is right out towards short, so all the players in this position and line up. No way!
Oh, that is exactly what Yabby ordered. Going to the Deagle and finding the lineup. It's now Netic coming back up through connector. Let's see if he can win this out 1v2. He's got util, he's got health, and he's got the kit most importantly. Yabby goes to long. Magisk plays towards the stairs, just clearing out, realizing that Netic's not around here. They'll start to realize the only position he can be coming back through. Netic has arrived to the bomb site. Looks towards Banks, spotted by Magisk. Netic taps the defuse. That's going to pull the long player, and Yabby is the man to close it. A little bit of fortune for Astralis, and they do grab that last round of the half. Welcome back to the StarLadder Budapest Major. A reminder, the context of this game you're currently watching. One of these teams will be heading home after this series. Currently Astralis one map up and have a real shot at knocking FlyQuest out.
I'll tell you, that's an important last round of the half for Astralis to win as well, just because I think it'll be deflating for FlyQuest to have lost another round in such a fashion they feel is going to be just a boneheaded way to lose a round. 2 players just lining up, not prepared for a fight, thinking everything's clear, just getting caught. Doubled up by Yabby's Deagle, and the round was impossible from there.
Let's get this one started with our betting partner and get into the second half. FlyQuest Astralis, a 6-6, all tied up here in Overpass, and FlyQuest getting ready to go into the B-bomb site.
All right, well, Magisk is here, Hooksy is here. They're the only 2 defenders, however. 3 players huddled up in the stairs, so they'll have a fast reaction to come out towards the short tunnel. No one looking for this on the FlyQuest side of things, so Device as well is going to start having a good angle to push into. Hooksy's fell back to... They feel like it's going to be an A-hit all of a sudden.
Device is clearing on the back end, spotted.
Spotted with utilities. I mean, that's the signal. Get to the B-bomb site.
Yep, look at them racing back, trying to get back into position, accelerating the play. Our FlyQuest, Magic's trying to slow them down, only manages 1. They're blinded in the site. Regali actually getting caught by that flash, I believe, from his own teammate. Here comes Stare to the start of the smoke, but he gets nothing. Great shot from Inns, and FlyQuest has somehow recovered this.
Yeah, and they also know Device was on the flank. This is awkward. Yabby's got his 1v1. He has to take it. He has to take this right now. Flashbang comes in, blinds both. Now Device gets involved.
Yeah, Device now moving out through Monster, trying to get back into this. Yabby's under a lot of pressure. He can't move. At least he's keeping them pinned back on him. But when he loses that fight, that should be the round here. Device, it's going to be very difficult to imagine even a world in which he gets close to winning this one. And he will fall. So FlyQuest with the pistol round to kick off this second half. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, found a nice timing for it. I mean, just a heads-up play as well from Inns. Like, just it's such a small detail, but sitting there with just utility out for so long and just getting that sense that the flank has been open for quite some time as you're waiting out a piece of utility. Just do that little jiggle back, and you realize Device has seen everything. If Stair was able to either come through this smoke and actually get a clean fight, or just wait for his teammates, they might have been able to have that in their hands. If Stair's alive over at short while Device is coming through Monster, that might be a different situation. But Stair really wanted to help Hooksy out and try and bail him out and keep him alive. First timeout taken from Ruga and Astralis. Or excuse me, second timeout taken.
There you go. It's easy to get caught out by it, isn't
It is easy to get caught out by it. Little conversation, but finally FlyQuest, they get to start the half out on a positive note. They need to convert this second round.
Finally with some smiles on their faces as well. Can't say that's been a possibility over the last 2 days so far.
Okay, should be an easy second round as well. So Astralis going to go for that round 15 bye. Sitting back with just USPs at the moment, so should be a pretty simple affair to mop things up. Well, they spot the aggression. They spot the play. Can't handle it.
Oh, Regali not handling that whatsoever. There's a Khalil picked up for Astralis. Surely nothing else. Backside getting a clean up here. Takes himself a 3K, and then JKS is there beside him. Device will grab one extra, force 2 rebuys out of FlyQuest. But they do collect the round victory.
Well, now the guns come out. Device shouldn't have an AWP quite yet. Don't think he got enough kills in the pistol round to force that out in any significant way. So all M4s for the Astralis defense. Excuse me, he does have the op. He managed to pull it off. All right, Deva, let's get into the action. It's glass cannon. He has no armor, a little bit of utility with it. There's no kits on the Astralis side of things, but they do have the op in play. He's going to using it divider. And 4 players of FlyQuest headed towards this side of the map. Looking like they're eyeballing long as the first point of map control. JKS will play outside of the B bomb site. Stair spots a couple. Trying to get some information on their progress, on their scaling, but they're along the wall, so he's got to be cautious.
Stair just jiggling, gathering information on the jump spots and the jiggles, and now sees one log. So you can call that to Device. They know FlyQuest have some presence coming at them towards A, and once Device's idea, he decides to move forward. The bomb is actually leaving. Do they get in position early enough to see them trying to go towards connector? This could be huge. They do. And Stair moves forward. Inns is caught. Device has them locked off. And they can't join the rest of their teammates that are trying to go B with a bomb.
And they've got a teammate back in the A bomb site to make sure they can't get wrapped upon from long. So they're in a pretty secure position at the moment. But how long will FlyQuest keep them frozen at this A bomb site? 3 players here. Meanwhile, the attack is lining up to come through Monster. So Magus steps up close to it.
Yeah, you can see how ready he is for this, getting into the smoke, looking to play on the fade, or at least we'll let them walk by, and he can backstab him, but this is a risk. And Magus, oh, he makes it work. That's the bomb, and Magus gets the double. 25 seconds left. We're looking at Netic and Vexite so far removed from finding impact here. Device is down. The bomb's still on the floor outside of Monster, and there's no way FlyQuest can get back into this.
Yeah, they haven't completely been wiped out in this round. They do get a couple benefits that come from it, even in a loss. That's you're right, very risky push for Magus, especially without a flash to activate him, but he comes out on top. However, on the other side of the map, Vexite was able to take down the 2 defenders, Stair and Device, able to recover the AWP for his team and take that out of the grip of Device. And he's been very, very effective with the op, and now a weapon that he won't be able to utilize in this upcoming round. Not going the way FlyQuest would have liked. Felt like things were in position for them to have that execute. Magus just rips the opportunity away from them.
Look at how quick this is. 2 players running down short. It's aggression from Astralis' CT side, they overwhelm. And JKS, he's come out on top with that little Tech 9. Yabi and Magis both go down to it. Regali moves up through party. And what a party it is for FlyQuest. This is a gift they did not expect to have. Stairs racing up to try and stop it, but I don't think there's any stopping this round from FlyQuest.
No, maybe you can get a double kill to make it possible for a retake, but that was the opportunity right there. Now FlyQuest is going to be well aware of Bank, and oh, Regali's got the flank. Hooksy goes down, Stair remains.
And it's going to be a bit of a sour taste in the mouth. And I get reminded of that opening day against NIP, where Astralis, every aggressive move on the CT side of Nuke was just getting shut down, stopped by NIP. They like to get aggressive, they like to throw it in, but I'm sure it's pretty hard to have some confidence in those kind of plays when none of them have been working so far at the Major.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a rough one to go against you. Just JKS with the Tech 9 spots a shadow just as the smoke forms back up, able to get a dink and a kill immediately, and follows up on the second player somehow.
Oh, it's great to see FlyQuest actually in this fight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even those kills, I mean, it forces FlyQuest to say, okay, you got those 2 kills at the B bomb site. They're going to rotate the defense there, so we pick up the pace towards A, and you have an aggressive stance outside of the A bomb site that gets caught off guard entirely. All the weapons removed from the hands of Astralis, and now FlyQuest, for the first time in Stage 2, have a convincing advantage over their opposition in a must-win map. All provided by JKS. Frustrating for the Astralis side, and I don't even think it makes him happy quite yet. He knows the situation they're in. It's still dire. Job's not done yet, but Astralis, at least in this round, back to pistols.
It should be 10-7, no issue here for FlyQuest. Map 3, it's Inferno. Starting to get worried that we wouldn't have to see it, but with FlyQuest starting to step up, feels like we just might. We got Netic. Inside a con, needs to be careful. Actually takes a dink on board, and they know they can just take it. They smell blood in the water, and they finish off that initial damage. Although JKS stabilizing, taking that kill back on Magisk.
14 kills for JKS, 17 for Regali. Those two leading the way for the Aussie side. Strong performances here on this must-win map. Bomb gets planted, and all that FlyQuest have to do is prevent anyone from losing any of these weapons, giving over weapons to the Astralis side, and JKS looking like he wants a triple kill, and he's going to get it. Device cannot handle, and at 2 HP, ooh, talking some smack.
With so much passion.
I know.
Hey, you guys suck.
Yeah, he's just had enough. He's at that point. We've all hit that point before. Final timeout taken from Astralis. CT side starting to get away from them. One isolated gun round victory that has just immediately responded upon. 3-round deficit. Device has the op now with armor. Everyone else gets their M4s on the board, and Astralis get a fight back into this map.
Oh, no. Coach Azza having his say. He'll be much happier with the way his teammates are playing.
A lot of confidence on this map, Astralis, to have picked it as their choice in this series, considering how long it had been since they played it, about 2 months. Even back then, it wasn't exactly a home run. So, I mean, clearly this was a focal point in the preparation and lead up to the Major, and a lot of confidence built up with the way they probably played it in practice and in scrims.
Not translating fully into the official capacity at the moment. There is a world they pull this back. Device is yet to really start to get going on that CT op, and maybe that can be a change, but not anywhere near the action right now. It's very much going to be heavy towards A from FlyQuest, and no one towards bathrooms, no one aggressive long. They're really trying to find an opening towards B.
Well, at least they're going to have information with kind of the more aggressive stance and now the push in towards short. Magisk is saying it's all clear, no noise, no presence, there's no utility being thrown over. Monster just re-smoked now. And with Magisk in this position and Device covering his door, they can shuffle a third player back. Oh, a near miss. That looked like it could have been accurate. And FlyQuest isn't going to slow down. Except for the flames. It's the only thing holding them back.
Well, there's Yabby. Great work as he looks back into the bomb site. Hooksy able to come out on top, and Yabby on the shutdown. Great work as the bomb spills to his feet, leaving JKS getting caught from Stair inside a divider. That is a very scary round if you're FlyQuest, because just the way Astralis won it is quite convincing.
It's a very scary round for Yabby as well, right? He's in position to stop. I mean, he's kind of exposed to that play from long. He's looking to get people coming up and turning the corner from bathrooms, from sidewalk, and he's just going to kind of turn and address the situation, and he's very fortunate. He's thinking the whole time he's going to get split. Someone's going to be coming, some kind of a lurker. He gets all time in the world to gather this triple kill. And you're right. A pretty clean round from Astralis in victory. Lets them build up some money and a safety buy now behind this investment. So FlyQuest call a timeout. Two remaining for FlyQuest, and they might need him if this stays close down the stretch. Plenty of chances for Ozzer to get involved, try and find the solution, try and adapt to what Astralis' defense will be showing them. But FlyQuest starting to run low on money. A win here keeps them fighting back, keeps them buying into this game, and gets them closer to that map 3.
Device creeping ever closer, and the aggression towards short has panned out in favor of FlyQuest. Big swing from Yabby, not wanting to allow that advantage to sit with FlyQuest. He goes and he grabs 2. Yabby in back-to-back rounds is devastating this FlyQuest attack. An important fight about to go down over towards the bathrooms, and Stair has caught Vexite walking through the smoke.
Yeah, not much of a fight at the end of the day, was it? And once again, back-to-back rounds looking like Astralis could be clean.
Oh,
that's a
Yabby.
great shot. Yabby has taken over.
Not what you like to see if you're FlyQuest at this point in the game. An injection of confidence and firepower for Astralis here on the CT side all of a sudden. And they ripped the money out of the hands here of FlyQuest.
Yabby's got to play this smart, though. I mean, it's been a great round so far, but one mistake from him makes it all to waste. So he's got to be very cautious and just preserve his life with this 17 HP. His entire job is to make coming down the stairs and going to the B bomb site just so unattractive for Netic that he's forced into the stack at A. And Hooksy's going to pick him off with the op. A quick peek at a Dice. That op gets passed back over to Device in the next round. It's FlyQuest without a plant, out of money. Had to have known it was never going to be easy despite the 4-1 start in this second half, despite the lead that they had. And Yabby's starting to make them pay for any mistake, any missed shot. FlyQuest guys mentioned when they joined this roster, they talked about it. It's great having the support of an entire region behind you, but with that comes a lot of pressure. They've been trying to fly the flag for Australia, for the Oceanic region. It's been tough to find success. It's been tough to find ways to improve. They've put together the best lineup they can. And everything looks so great out of stage 1, but now just this hurdle just seems way too hard for them to overcome. There's a little information over for the Astralis defense. Hooksy shifts immediately on the deagle shot out towards long. Stair steps up with a smoke at divider. And FlyQuest work around the map. Not giving this one up for free, despite the fact that they don't have the rifles to fight back, despite the fact they don't have utility. Every round when elimination is on the line is fought for tooth and nail.
Stair and Hooksy, no issue in a round like this. Yabby really racking up the kills over the last 3 rounds here. Enjoying himself on the CT side. has just put Astralis into a position to equalize the game out 10-10. We'll get a buy-in again here from FlyQuest, but we are starting to see the possible end of the line for FlyQuest.
Yeah, I mean, look, they still have obviously a chance in this. 10-10 tied up. They've already had some success on the T side. The one issue is it's come in moments where Astralis has been economically weakened and diminished. Now they don't have that advantage. Not only is there a strong buy for the Astralis defense, but there's plenty of money in the bank as well. So FlyQuest is going to have to find some solutions here. Tough decisions. Alzer with one timeout remaining in his back pocket. Helps them out with some ideas here for them to call. And FlyQuest re-enter round 21. 3 rounds straight for Astralis. 3 rounds away from eliminating FlyQuest from the Budapest Major. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Astralis start to flex, especially towards that B bomb site, getting control of short a number of times. Yabi with some excellent kills, but Magisk has pushed into it a couple times and maintained early information. Missed Molotov from Astralis means this T side won't get slowed down. Vexite and Inns running through Playground. Devices here with the ult.
Yeah, Devices continue to creep forward, and there's a peek out towards Playground, but Regali has come out on top of it. Device not going to be finding the opening kill.
Well, hey, look, they're doing exactly what Device said he wanted to yesterday in the opening interview. He wanted to show different kind of opping, wanted to show Device 3.0. And as someone who's been a star player, one of the greatest players in Counter-Strike, he's trying to be the one to take initiative, give his team advantages. But back-to-back rounds, he has been destroyed by FlyQuest in that effort.
And Yabi has been the player in those back-to-back rounds to pull it back. And while he's pushed all the way through connector, he could get a flank going on, Jason. It would be a massive risk. And the timing's not there at all. Yabi gets caught climbing up the ladder, and Inns, such an important frag.
Just the one straggler, coming back like 5 seconds behind his other 2 teammates. 5 on 3 for FlyQuest. But there's still 2 defenders at this B bomb site, Hooksy and Magisk.
Big swing here from Magisk, and nothing going the way of Astralis. A really important round here for FlyQuest to step up in this way. Hooksy waits at the barrel, sandbags, and it just isn't going to work out for him. Ends up getting taken down. It's Netic with a great shot. Stair, the only player getting something done here, but it's not enough to really make it competitive whatsoever. It's 4 players staying alive for FlyQuest. Didn't even need the bomb plant.
Yeah, I helped out. I think you nailed it a few rounds back, mentioning the aggression that Astralis had on Nuke against NIP and the way that backfired on them. This aggression now is backfiring a little bit, at least this Device portion of it. No more picks for Device's AWP. You want that weapon to survive. You want it to keep FlyQuest honest throughout the round, so I think he's going to have to play more passive because FlyQuest has gotten a couple crucial rounds in this half just by some early picks due to aggression from Astralis. All 5 players for FlyQuest outside the B bomb site.
Now here they come. It's going to be fast, and look at Magisk getting caught by the flashbang, trying to run back to short.
Great
Molotov.
impactful.
And yeah, that's really impactful indeed. The Molotov slowing down FlyQuest and not able to maximize the success off the back of the flashes. But now Hooksy has to step up. His teammate's gone, and Hooksy got a double kill. All of a sudden, that multi from Hooksy has kept Astralis in this. The rotations arrive. The cavalry's here, and Astralis going to tie things up again. 11-11. Great utility to slow things down, and Hooksy is the man to step up.
That's the way you have impact without it showing up on the scoreboard. Yeah, Magisk gets flashed off. Yeah, he gets forced away. Can't really find a clean fight. But the Molotov that holds back the tide of that attack and then allows the follow-up utility from Yabi, from Hooksy, from rotating players, all to rain in. Flashbangs and HE grenades. And FlyQuest never had the freedom to turn the corner and attack into the bomb site. Hooksy and Magisk just end their day. Lovely work on defense. And yet again, FlyQuest unable to build any momentum at a most critical moment in the game. This is all the money they have remaining, shoved into round 23. 3 AK-47s, a Galil, and a Tech 9 on JKS. And losing here, being out of money for that final 24th round would just be heartbreaking. Then you really would need a miracle as FlyQuest.
Yeah. A 0-2 game. FlyQuest coming out of stage 1 as the 3-0 team. They finally broke the curse of winning 2 best-of-1s and going on to lose all remaining games. They get through to stage 2. And yet to break through with a map victory. They've come close here on Overpass, but Device this time getting the opener from a more passive opening position. He'll change it up and go out to the left side, having a look down Banana. He stays committed to finding another one. Device delivering impact in round 23.
Oh man, it's cool seeing him go back to it despite the fact that the last couple times he hasn't really been successful. Oh, the double up now chiming in. Stair picks one off, and FlyQuest never going to execute a single idea. Picked apart before they can begin.
Yeah, the double op setup from Astralis proves to be brutal to that of FlyQuest. Ins and JKS, the two remaining forces here with 55 seconds on the clock. They're not even together. They're separated, and even landing that shot, Device ain't missing much in round 23.
No, JKS is, I mean, he's only got a Tech 9. I don't know what he thinks he can do, but I guess he's the only one who can really provide anything.
Well, he's coming back.
Now they're going to save this. They want the AK-47 for the last round. It's one of the few rifles they'll have. So JKS might try and go recover an AK-47 that was dropped. Yes, he will. He's got the safety with which to do it, and that's, I mean, that tells you everything about the situation FlyQuest is in. This is the strongest weapons they'll have to bring to fight in the next round.
So elimination is what awaits FlyQuest.
Losing bonus is only 2,400. They won't even be able to drop AK-47s. Can drop some extra Galils over to teammates. And Hooksy, yeah, this is intelligent. Go for the hunt. He's found JKS. They're going to get away with these guns. I don't think any kind of a ladder drop is going to get there in time.
No. So at least they have that mercy. FlyQuest will have 2 AK-47s to work with going into this round.
But no timeouts. They used them all to try and get to this point, to try and give themselves a lead a little bit earlier on. And Alzer can't be involved. He can sit back and watch as the coach. A guy who's made it to the quarterfinals, to the semifinals of the Major, watching his team struggle to stay alive here in Stage 2.
3 Tech 9s. Around those 2 saved AK-47s, your strategies are limited, and so they call a simple tactic. It's head towards B with all 5 players and see if you can break down their door.
They smoke the molly, get on through short. Yabby spots one, but that's a dangerous fight. Do you really want to decide the round right here?
Well, he goes forward. It's Yabby combining with that push of Stair. And that's the opening kill for Astralis. FlyQuest fall to 4 players.
And you can't make this attack happen if you don't have control of short. If you don't have the split, it's not worth it.
But where else do you go? What other options do you have? Send JKS forward, see if he can grab a kill, if he can find some kind of opener. It's damage done to the player in the pit. It's Yabby low in HP. Over a minute left still on this clock. The bomb is all the way back and Regali's back towards T-spawn. He'll have to start moving forward and join them. Matt just confirming information that JKS is still waiting at short.
They're going to send Yabby forward to get some intel. He's got low HP, so they don't really care if he dies. They've got plenty of players stacked up behind him.
And he has been the reckoning. And for Astralis, the revelation on the CT side. Yabby dead at the hands of Ins. But 40 seconds remain for FlyQuest, and likely only 40 seconds left in Budapest.
Look at the way Astralis just keeps denying control of short over and over again. FlyQuest can't get anything they want in this final round.
Yeah, they start to move through Monster. Hooksy's waiting with Magisk and Stair. This is looking strong for Astralis. Stair with the headshot. Magisk on the follow-up. It is the end for FlyQuest. Their major quest has come to a close, and for the Aussies, it is time to fly home. Astralis survived to fight another day here at the StarLadder Major in Budapest, from 3-0 through Stage 1 to 0-3 in Stage 2.
Yeah, heartbreaking for FlyQuest, but Astralis, they get to stay alive. It was such a hard-fought battle to get back into the majors, and they weren't going to let it go to waste by just kind of bowing out here in Stage 2. FlyQuest, and that Stage 1 performance is so far back.